Hey beautiful people, I know it's been a while, but I'm here and I'm going to give you guys my wrap up of April on everything that I watched and everything that I read. Let's go. So I decided to film in a different way. Please do not pay attention to my imperfection on my face. I can't seem to cover it up because silly me has picked at it and now it's purple. And I can't cover it, so that's always fun. It's a million degrees because my dad decided to put on the heater. The reason I'm talking really quietly is because he's home and he's sick and he's actually sleeping, so I can't be too loud, but I know that I owe you guys a couple of videos, so I thought I may as well film them while I have some kind of makeup on today. Okay, so I'm going to start with the movies first because that is what you guys are here for, and then I'll go into the books that I read this month. I'm just getting my laptop because your girl is not prepared today. She was going to film tomorrow but decided that while I was done up a little bit, I could provide you guys with something. It's been too long. I actually watched a lot of movies, so that is always a good thing. The first movie that I watched in the month was The Gift. This is a rewatch. I've seen this many times before. I really enjoy this movie. 3.5 stars. I've seen it before, obviously. Then I watched Secret Admirer. This is a movie from 1985. It stars C. Thomas Howell. I love him. I love 80s teen films, so I really wanted to watch this one. I had it on my hard drive for a while and I finally did. I enjoyed it. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It's just your typical kind of high school movie where this guy writes this love letter to this girl, gives it to her anonymously. She tries to find out who wrote it, and things escalate from there. It was cute. I did enjoy it, so I think that if you like teen films, you will enjoy that one. Then I watched The Sure Thing. That one's also from 1985 and it stars John Cusack and the lady who plays Brooke Davis's mum on One Tree Hill. I don't know her name. I gave this 2.5 stars. It was okay. I didn't hate it, but I just knew that it wasn't a movie that I wasn't going to enjoy. I know a lot of people love this movie, so take my rating with a grain of salt. I did not finish this movie. I just wasn't enjoying myself. I didn't really love the characters, so kind of decided to skip that one and watch the next one, which was Mischief. This is also from 1985 and it's also a teen film. This stars Kelly Preston, I think. It's kind of like set in the 50s with like greasers and stuff, so if you like that kind of vibe, I definitely think that you would enjoy it. I did give it 3 out of 5 stars. It was okay. I didn't love it. It wasn't my favorite. I will say the first like hour and 10 minutes were like really entertaining, and then after that it kind of got a bit messy and weird and I didn't love it. Then I watched Being the Ricardos. This stars Nicole Kidman and Javier Bardem. This is a story about Lucille Ball and her husband Desi, and I thought I would really love this, and unfortunately I only gave it 2 stars. I just didn't find it exciting. It wasn't that great, and although I love Nicole Kidman and I think she's a fantastic actress, I don't think this was her role. I truly don't think this role was for her. I had recently seen some snippets of Deborah Messing that she played Lucy in an episode I think of Will and Grace, and she was so good. I think Deborah Messing would have been perfect for this role, to be honest, but obviously Nicole Kidman's going to pull the box in, so they're going to give it to Nicole Kidman. And then I watched Let the Right One In. This is the original from 2008. I had seen Let Me In first, so I had seen the English version, but this is the original version. I believe it's in Swedish, and I enjoyed this. It was very slow paced, and I do think that Let Me In did a really good job at kind of following the steps of this one because they're basically the same with like just really minor changes. I did give this one 3.5 stars out of 5 because I did find it really good, but I probably will still reach for Let Me In over this one because I know I'm being basic, but I guess I just think that they're basically the same and I own the other one already, so why not? And then I finally watched X and I loved it so much. This movie was so good. I love my slashes, as you guys know, and I'm just so excited that this is going to start getting the ball rolling hopefully for more slashers, because we need them, especially original slashers, because we know that we've got the Scream movie and the Halloween movies coming out that are kind of reboots and remakes, but X was a original which I absolutely loved, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was excellent, so much fun. Was it scary? Not really. Pretty gory, but it was just really entertaining, and that's what I want for my slashers, so highly recommend. And then I watched Black Swan because I hadn't seen this in a long time. I remember renting this when it came out, but it had been a long time since, and I didn't quite get it the first time, and I also was a bit young and didn't really love it the first time because I thought it was just too weird. But then I gave it another go and I loved it. 5 out of 5 stars. It's an excellent movie. It gives me such Suspiria 2018 vibes, which, as you guys know, I love. So both of those movies are very similar in like vibes, which is why I think I love them just as much as each other. If you guys have any recommendations that are very similar to Black Swan and the 2018 Suspiria, please leave them in the comments down below. I would love to find more movies like this because they're amazing. I do realise that they're both set in schools, which is why they could have the same vibe, but I don't think that's why I find them similar. They just have a similar feel. Yeah, psychological horror. Give me some recommendations down below. Then I watched Satanic Panic. This one was very strange. It's supposed to be a comedy horror, and I will say I did enjoy it more than We Summon the Darkness, but I still don't think it was great, so I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. I know some people really like this movie. I didn't love it. I don't know. The ending with the baby and stuff, if you've seen it, you know what I mean. I kind of like, from then on, lost interest, to be honest. Then I watched Pulse. This is the one from 2006 with Kristen Bell and Ian Somerhalder. I gave this 1 out of 5 stars. I know some people like this one as well. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the visuals. I didn't find it scary or creepy or anything. It just wasn't my type of movie. So again, that's just my opinion. So I didn't finish it. And then I watched Death on the Nile. This is the 2022 version with Gal Gadot. I watched this with the family. It was entertaining. I had read the book, so I really wanted to watch the movie, and it was decent. Like, it was good. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Then I watched Tonya, and this was fantastic. Margot Robbie was so good in this. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was really, really entertaining. Then I watched the J-Lo film Marry Me. This one was really cheesy, but it was okay. Like, I gave it 2.5 out of 5 because I didn't hate it, but there was a lot of really cringy moments, and it's not her best romantic comedy, but I'm really loving the fact that she's still making them, so I hope they continue to make more romantic comedies because I do enjoy them. Then I finally watched Nightmare Alley. I gave this one 3.5 stars out of 5. I thought it was really good. I loved the acting. I think every single character and every single actor in this movie were excellent. I couldn't have picked anyone better for the cast. I really loved the cast, and that ending, like, I knew it was coming, but it was still such a shocking and crazy ending, and I loved it. Then I watched Great White. This is the one from 2021. I gave this one 0.5 star. I really love shark movies. I love kind of creature features, so I was really looking forward to this one because I had heard it was okay, but I did not like it at all. It was so unrealistic. These people are on a blow-up raft, as if the shark couldn't bite through that. Anyways, it was dumb. I don't think I even finished it. And then I watched Encanto. This is the Disney movie, and it was cute. I really liked it. I gave it 3 stars out of 5. It's not my favorite Disney movie that's come out. Unfortunately, I am Latina, so I thought I would really love this, but I don't know, I didn't really like the music, to be honest. I didn't really love the songs. Then I decided to watch Barbed Wire. I gave this one 1 star out of 5. This is a terrible movie, but it's still pretty entertaining. I love Pamela Anderson, so I decided to watch this. I used to watch Baywatch when I was young and really liked her, and I had recently watched the show, which I'll talk about in a minute, but I decided to watch this movie, and yeah, it's not good. Then I watched I'm Thinking of Ending Things. I gave this one 1.5 stars out of 5. I know that this is a movie that people are torn, so some people really love this and other people hate it. And I did read the book, and I didn't love the book either, but I didn't hate it. I think the book was better than the movie, for sure. The movie had some really weird stuff, like the stylization of some stuff is just a bit kooky. I did not love the ending in the school. It could have been so much better, and to me that part was the best in the book. So when it happened in the movie, I was really disappointed. Then I rewatched Armageddon with the family, and then I watched Death Proof. I thought I would really love this because I really love Planet Terror, so I thought I would really love Death Proof, but unfortunately I did not. I gave this one 1 out of 5 stars. I know I'm going to be in the minority. I know people are going to hate me for saying it, but I just did not find it fun. Didn't really like it. I didn't really see a point in this movie, to be honest. So if you like it, that's great, but I didn't. Okay, so now that we've done all the movies, I'm going to go into the TV series that I watched. So I watched The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window. This one was actually pretty funny and silly, and I really enjoyed this one. I gave it 3.5 stars out of 5. It is supposed to be, it's a spoof about movies like Gone Girl and The Girl on the Train and The Woman in the Window, so it's supposed to be a spoof. I don't think a lot of people knew that when they went into it, which is weird because the title should say it. It's such a long, silly title. The ending is wild. And then the other show that I watched was Pam and Tommy. This is a short series, so this is the story of Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee and their sex tape being stolen from them, and yeah, kind of their battle with that. It was really interesting. I think that Lily was amazing as Pamela Anderson, and she like literally looked exactly like her. It's insane. I gave that one 4 out of 5 stars, and then I started watching Secrets of Playboy. I watched the first 2 episodes, and it was okay. Like, I just didn't think that it had anything too deep in it. Kind of already knew that he was a bit of a creep, so I didn't really finish it because I just didn't really have any interest, to be honest. Okay, so now that I've done my movies, I'm going to let you guys know what I've read. So out of the 7 books that I read in the month, I only read 1 horror, 2 thrillers, and I guess 2 crime thrillers, and then the others were just a bit scattered all over the place. So I'm just going to quickly go through the ones that are not horror thriller and then get to the horror thrillers. So I read Will by Will Smith. This is his biography. I really enjoyed this one, so I gave this one, I think, 4.5 stars. Then I read The Love Hypothesis because this has been hyped up so much everywhere, and honestly, it was okay. I don't think that I loved it that much. I gave it 3 stars out of 5. I thought it was cute, but it was very cringy and very cheesy. It really did feel like a fan fiction, and some of the stuff that the lead does in this book is questionable. Then the 2 crime thrillers were both from James Patterson. They're both Alex Cross novels. So I read Cross My Heart and I read Hope to Die. So they're 2 books, but they're basically one story. So if you read one, you should read the other because it ends on a cliffhanger anyways, and you need to read the second one. So this one was really interesting. I really enjoyed it. I really do like the Alex Cross series, so if you're interested, I definitely recommend. But in saying that, there are some Alex Cross books that I wasn't a fan of, but I love Kiss the Girls. It's one of my favorite books in general, so I definitely would recommend reading that one. And I'm not going to give you guys a breakdown of what it's about because the series kind of follows Alex Cross, who's a detective, and his family, and all the craziness that he has to deal with all the crimes that he has to solve. So just very, very fun, interesting, fast-paced books. Then the 2 thrillers that I read were Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter and Still House Lake by Rachel Kane. So Pretty Girls I gave 4.5 stars out of 5. I really liked that one. Pretty Girls is a really long book. I think it could have been shortened. but I really do like Karen Slaughter's writing. I think she is really great. So basically it is about this woman whose sister went missing, and now another woman has gone missing, and this lady believes that they could be connected because they're very similar, they echo each other. So yeah, that's all I'm going to give you. It was a very hard to read book. There's some pretty triggering, so if you're triggered by a lot of stuff, definitely look up trigger warnings online before you read it. Steelhouse Lake by Rachel Kane. This one was 4 out of 5. I think I gave it 4, or maybe it was 4.5. Let me double check. 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was really, really good. This is the first time I've ever read from Rachel Kane. This is a story about a woman who finds out that her husband was a serial killer, and everybody thinks that she knew all along, but she didn't. And because of all the bad publicity and everybody kind of watching her and thinking she was this criminal, she decides to flee with her kids and start fresh somewhere else under a different name. And then a murder happens. It's similar to the murders that her husband committed, and that's all I'm going to give you. I thought it was very good. It was really interesting, very interesting premise. I hadn't really read that premise before, so I really liked it. And then the one horror book that I read was The Haunting of Hill House. I gave this one 4 stars out of 5. I loved it. This is very, very much the same as the Haunting movie from the 50s, or is it the 60s? The original one that came out. It was very soon after the book, and it did such a good job in adapting what the book is about, because they're basically the same, except the film has this scene with this door, and it is so scary. It's like an old movie, but it's such a tense scene, and it's amazing. So definitely watch the film as well. But I really enjoyed the book. I thought it was really good. Then there was a remake in the 90s called The Haunting with Liam Neeson. That one was good too, but it's not exactly the same as the book, and neither is The Haunting at Hill House. So if you read this book, just know that this is the same as the black and white Haunting film, not the other ones, even though it's called The Haunting of Hill House. So don't be deceived, but it's really good. I really enjoyed this book. Okay, so that's it for my wrap up. It was very quick. I'm sorry that I've taken so long to post a new video. I know I've been slacking off, but I promise that I'm going to give you another one to make up for it. I'm going to do my top 20 thrillers, so watch out for that video. It's coming very soon. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know if you want more details about the films that I've spoken about. I know I didn't really go into many details about what they're about, but if you're interested in seeing more of that in my future videos, my future wrap-ups, if you want more detail of each of these films, I will, and I will let you know. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and also leave a comment down below. It really helps with my channel growth, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.